So I was hoping to like this figure, and I do, but it has a lot of drawbacks. Let's just get into it. Hey, what's up? Today we have Studio Seriese Soundwave, the second version, and this has some really cool aspects and some really bad ones. So let's get into it. So you standard deluxe height at a price of around $20 to $25 US or $30 Canadian, or like $100 on Hasbro's Amazon. Why? Hasbro, stop, please. He has a cool looking robot mode, and that doesn't show up in the film at all, which is kind of unfortunate, but it looks pretty cool. This guy has a lot of problems, as I've hinted to before though. The first are these terribly loose joints. Almost all the joints are super loose on this guy, the legs especially, and the cylinders on the chest. They don't tab in anywhere, so they just flop around. Why? The hips are so annoying. They never stay in any pose you put him in, and he just falls over all the time. The shoulders are super loose. The cylinders are also on ball joints, so they fall off very easily. And the waist has this problem of not tabbing in like at all, so it just kind of, everything flops around and it's super annoying. The hips in all these shots, you'll notice, have been temporarily fixed with the tissue fix, but I do recommend using the floor polish fix because it's a more long-lasting fix than just putting tissue in the wall joints. The design's pretty cool, but it does need more paint. If the original Deluxe for this can get a lot of paint, like the Darkest Moon version, then this should get silver paint too. It's really weird. The absolute best part of this figure though is the fact that he comes with a friggin' flight stand, and it's not proprietary, which is so badass. You can use this thing on any figure that has a Bandai Tamashii Nations stand port on it, which is really cool. Again, it's very short, but it's really cool that it has it. Now it is very small and doesn't carry him off the ground too much in robot mode, but in vehicle mode we'll get to that later. But it's cool nonetheless. Articulation is standard, but the fiddly bits are extremely annoying. The hips, the shoulders just don't tab in, the waist falling apart, the cylinders coming off, it's annoying. Transformation is also annoying. Stuff likes to push itself out of the way. Again, the cylinders are just... The chest doesn't want to stay tabbed in the other mode, and the legs like to push themselves out of their own tabs, so that's also kind of annoying. Satellite mode, however, is the best looking part of this figure. It looks so cool. I mean, it needs more paint, like the back of the box, which shows more paint, but it looks pretty accurate. Not very posable in this mode, like he was in the film. He can't rotate a lot of the stuff around like he could in the movie, but that's fine. It looks cool on the stand. It does a great job at elevating it, both literally and figuratively. The stand does have two joints, a swivel and a hinge, so you can get some decent poses out of it, along with the rotation on top of the peg. And with other jet modes, it looks pretty sick, but it doesn't scale. Like, the thing with Studio Seriese is it wants it to be movie-inspired detail and scale. However, based on how big satellites are in real life, this thing is not to scale with a jet or a car. It's too small. It needs to be bigger. A Voyager of this would have been cool, but it's still nice. At least we got this an improved version of this figure. Overall, I'd say it's good, but not for this price. You're paying a little too much for this. I'd say $30 is too much. The box even promises more paint than we actually get on the toy. The articulation is fine, but it's not amazing. The floppiness of the joints needs to be fixed. I'm gonna pause this video right here for a sec. Just recently, before recording this, I was on Twitter and I saw Optibotimus tweet that he loved the figure, so I'm assuming his joints are fine, otherwise he'd probably be complaining about it just like me. So my assumption is it's a your mileage may vary, because I got one of the crappier figures. He might have gotten a good one that works, so yeah, the floppiness of the joints might just be attributed to my copy and not everyone else's copy, but they're still there and they're still a problem. Now back onto the actual video. The figure gets the job done with the design and the whole aesthetic of the thing. Again, in my opinion, it's too short. The tabs just need to be fixed. The joints need to be looked at. A lot of the sculpting also does kind of get in the way of the articulation, but again, this guy doesn't really get into dynamic poses other than just flying there. So yeah, would I say buy this? Yes, but if you can get it on sale for like $20 in United States dollars, that'd be like $15, then I'd say pick it up. It's definitely worth it then, but I don't think it's worth the full 30. Anyways, that's been my look at Studio Series Soundwave version 2, not version 1. I don't have version 1. I really want one, but I can't find it anywhere. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Patreon if you're feeling generous. It's only $1. Links in the description. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.